Today's Friday, Parashat Terumah. In this week's parasha, Moshe is told about how to fashion, how to make the vessels, the various vessels that were in the Mishkan. The first one that he is told about is the Aron, the ark where the Torah tablets were kept. And even before telling him about the construction of the building of the Mishkan, he tells him first about the Aron, where the Torah is kept, to insinuate that the main thing about that building, that structure, is what is the content. And the most important thing is the Torah that is in the ark, which is in the Kodesh HaKodashim, the Holy of Holies in the Mishkan. But the makeup of the Aron and its measurements have quite a few lessons to teach. First of all, the dimensions are 2.5 orko, 1.5 rochbo, 1.5 komato. It's 2.5 cubits by 1.5 cubit by 1.5 cubit in height. Why is it that the measurements, that the midot, the measurements of the Aron are all in broken quantities? 2.5, 1.5, 1.5. And this is to teach us that in Torah, a person should always consider himself that is half. He hasn't reached all there is to be learned. Even the most learned Talmid Chacham is still called a Talmid Chacham, a wise student. He's still a student, he still has a lot more to learn. So in Torah, it never can be complete knowledge that a person has all there is to be known. No, actually the more you learn, the more you realize how much you don't know and how much there is more to learn, and therefore the measurements are all in half. There's another reason, that in learning Torah we have to have an approach of humility. A broken measure is a kind of a sign of, it's a symbol of humility, that a person is not whole, is broken, it's half. I want to learn Torah. If that's the case, I should have an approach of humility. Being humble is conducive to being able to absorb the Torah. And that's why Moshe Rabbeinu was the most humble of all men. He was the one that brought us the Torah. Then the Aron was made of wood, and then gold on the outside and gold on the inside, to teach us that a Talmid Chacham, person who learns Torah, his outside should be the same as his inside. And not echad bapeh ve'echad balev, as we say in Hebrew, one in the mouth, lip service, and in the heart, a person would have a different thing in mind, you know. So it should be like a person should be a person of integrity, a person who's, what you see on the outside is also how he feels and how he feels and what he thinks on his inside. The parasha teaches us also, and Rashi in explaining one of the psukim, is that you put first the Torah in the Aron, and then you put the kaporet, which is the cover of the Aron. And that's what Rashi teaches us in an explanation of one of the psukim. But the Nikolsberger Rabbi asks a question. There's something that is obvious. How can you put the Torah inside the Aron if the cover of the Aron is already on top? The order always has to be where first you put the Torah and then the cover, which is called kaporet. And he says that this hints to an important idea, which is kaporet is related to the word lekaper, to atone. And he speaks about a person who does teshuvah, and then his sins are atoned. In order to accomplish that, you first have to have the Torah in you. Torah is a very important thing to have for a person who does teshuvah, to learn Torah, because for Yetzer Hara, the antidote is the Torah. And therefore, you first put the Torah in, and then you put the cover called kaporet, which symbolizes atonement from the word lechaper, for somebody who's Baal Tshuva. And in general, the Torah is very important to have as a basis so that a person knows what are the halachot, so that a person is able to connect with Hashem and to connect with the path that he should follow. And therefore, first the Torah in the Aron, and then the kaporet on top. And Rashi makes a point to say that's why the pasuk is written, seems to be repetitious and redundant to indicate that idea. Now in the Shulchan, the table that was in the Mishkan, in the Bet HaMikdash, the measurements of the Shulchan was 2 full measurements, 200 orko ve'amar chbo ve'ama v'chetzi komato. 2 measurements, the width and the length were complete measures, but the height was in half measure. And this comes to insinuate, when it comes to the material, to what Hashem has granted us, which the table represents in terms of material, a person should feel that the measures are complete. Just like Yaakov Avinu said, Yesh li kol, I have everything that I need. Whatever Hashem has granted us, Ezeu ashir sameach bechelko, you should be happy with what Hashem granted you. But yet one of the measures, the measure that is the height, is given in a broken measure, that it's okay to have ambition. It's okay to try to achieve more. But whatever Hashem granted you, you should be happy with. And even in the ambition, it should be to achieve more. And if to have more materially, only that it should be to the service of Hashem. To use it to do more mitzvot, to use it to do and to accomplish more the will of Hashem. And these are some of the ideas that we can learn from the parasha of this week that has to do with the construction of the Mishkan and its vessels. Baruch Adonai le'olam, amen ve'amen, and Shabbat Shalom.